All right, what's up, guys? Evanaldo here. Wanted to give you an update on the crypto markets, also how I've been trading this market. It's been a nice market to trade because price has generally been going in one direction. So, show you what I've been doing. Added to my Bitcoin short. New entry, so this was a risk-free trade. Just moved up the new entry and stop loss to the same point. Hit the next take profit today. Did the same thing too. I had a swing shorts in for ETH and Bitcoin. Those have been in for quite a few days now. Those hit first take profit. Still keeping those in. Added more to the Bitcoin short from yesterday. This normally doesn't always work. It works mostly when price is going in one direction or the other, when market's moving in just one direction. But you can make a lot with house money when this does happen. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Check out the Discord if you are, the Patreon link down below if you guys are interested. Also got two new analysts doing incredible CBZ crypto bull zone, shorting some altcoins, Litecoin and Kava. Those trades are doing really well. Lanacore bringing us some good TA as well. So this is an excellent community, really good community. Definitely not going to keep prices this low forever. So check it out. I think it's going to help you guys out a lot. Let's get into the analysis. A lot of new things are developing here. So first thing I want to show you, this is the 200 weekly moving average right here. We're kind of getting a bounce off of it right now as we're hitting off. It was about, let's see, 25.8. Got a bounce off of that, hitting that point. So I don't know if it could easily just, like, what happened here is you bounced off of it a little bit for a day or two back here. I remember from June of 2022. Then you just rolled over. Price didn't respect it as much as it used to. Then you came back. You rejected from it there. So it's not as big of a point as it used to be. I mean, look how long you stayed under it there. But it still means something. It still means something. And I think at least in the short term, you may be able to get some relief from it. Now, if we move on, just let me just show you guys the bigger picture here. How would you guys approach this if you saw this on the 4 hour, this pattern on the 4 hour? It's on the 2 week. This is a very bearish pattern. This could potentially bring us down a lot, very similar to this area. These are two big points. This is your 400 weekly moving average, right? Would be the 200 weekly moving average on the 2 week, which would be the 400 on the weekly, and then down here would be the estimate of where the 500 weekly moving average would bring us right around this point. So these are two big areas. What's interesting too that I was just looking at, I mean, this correction was 84% here. This bear market correction to the bottom was 86%. So 84, 86, 84. What's the next logical number based on that? I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if you go down to this area, that's about 81 or 82 right down here at about 12, 13K. So it is possible. I'm not saying you're going to make a lower low into the end of the year, but coming in with a recession, a lot of things happening, it is possible. We also got the debt ceiling as well. I mean, it was funny with the when they extended the debt ceiling back in 2011 here around, I think it was around, end of July. You just crashed down quite a bit with all the markets, including Bitcoin there. This is such a long time ago. Nobody knew about Bitcoin, 60% down or whatever. Obviously not going to be that much, but if we look at that pattern that we're coming up to, that could potentially be a catalyst down farther. History doesn't always repeat. It does rhyme, though. So I think that's a reason to be a little bit more bearish. Now, let's go on our chart with all the spiral lines here and look at some lower time frames. I mean, the blood diamond, this could play out for a while, similar to how it did over here, even potentially, or how it did over here in 2019. Obviously, these were nice kind of buy signals. That was kind of in between, took a little while, then you came down. That was a buy signal. Could go either way. I think this one is at least going to be, or has already been, a bit more bearish than that one down there. If we move on to some lower time frames, you could see what we're looking at here on the 16-hour is your head and shoulders. And now, get rid of that area. And now this pocket, the spiral line pocket, coincides with the 200 weekly moving average. What could happen here? We're seeing the bounce, but what could happen here in a few days? Potentially come back up or something, 27, and then just roll back over to this technical target over here. You guys know there's got to be a lot of liquidation points just below like 25. That's that psychological area where there could be a lot of liquidation points. Price just comes down to here, then pumps up a bit. That's absolutely possible in this market. And if we move on here for the lower time frame, your 10 hours is about to give us a bullish div. So short term does look a decent amount promising with all these red dots, bullish divs, that type of stuff pumping up. And you're about to confirm, wow, we got a big pump up here. It's kind of waiting to potentially enter as long. It's almost too late now. But well, maybe not. This confirms in 30 seconds here on the 2 hour bullish div. And if we could just look at regular candles, yeah, we're kind of getting up to that point. So in terms of the trade setup, I mean, maybe one stop loss here, below that, we'll swing low, another low here. try to take profits up there if we could get up to 27.2. Coming into the weekend, though, so it could be a bit risky. So that's what I'm looking at right there. But that was a pretty big jump up. I think I got stopped out in profit, just got stopped out in profit on my, probably over the course of, a few minutes ago, got stopped out in profit on my Bitcoin short, but I still got the swing short in. So we're all good. And yeah, if you look at the 16-minute money flow is coming up a bit, which could potentially bring us up a bit more here. I mean, this was a big jump downward and then big come up here. So it is volatile. Now let's move on to ETH a little bit. Not gonna, take too much of your time, but we're getting very close to that, rare accumulation area right around here, potentially coming deeper into the red right there, coming deeper down. So I do think you'll repeat something of this nature. I mean, this is the case if you repeat just like that, make a lower low. I don't know if that's going to happen, but what I do think is that once we get into the red here, this is a really what am I saying? Really amazing place to DCA in for about 8 to 10 months here. Start to convert Bitcoin over to ETH, DCA into ETH. I mean, I think that's prime real estate right there. Obviously, money flow in these time frames here coming down, pretty bearish overall. I mean, if you saw what happened here, this was at the exact top there. This one, you still came down farther into that area. So both of those would give you, significant pullbacks. I mean, you'd probably at least come down to 1,600, 1,500 from that. It seems very likely. Also for the, kind of head and shoulders, just like Bitcoin here, the same thing. If you go from the neckline right there, would bring you to around 1,500, that area, technical target. We are hitting a significant point right now. We're hitting a big fib level right now. And we got a big jump up now. We're hitting that high volume area. It's like trying to break. Yeah, this could be a potentially good short or whatever to try to break, to try to break back into that high volume area or just get rejected. A little bit risky trading right now coming into the weekend. Money flow coming up, but after that big jump right back up, I don't know if be more looking for potentially the scalp short here, but yeah, if we could see the kind of the scalp short here, or just take the weekend off after an amazing past couple days trading. But yeah, I mean, and you do have it's a little bit different here. I'm trying to find the bull div or whatever. Trigger wave right there. That would have been good. And now would be at this point would be definitely the place to be locking in profits. Not saying you can't go up and become higher, but we'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. I mean, that would be, I believe, the for some reason my mind escapes me on what would be the technical target for the double bottom pattern here, but I believe it would be right around that area. So that's Ethereum. Let's move on to the DXY right now, which is printing, I would say, to be somewhat of a rare, bullish sign. That's a bullish div right here. Money flow is coming out. That's only a bearish thing, but that is a pretty bullish div. I think as we potentially come into a recession, as we get into a place where we're going to raise the debt ceiling, if you go back to what happened in 2011 here, when you raised the debt ceiling, right around, where was it? Where's 2011? July of 2011. You jumped up, kind of a double bottom, and you kind of just jumped up a lot there. So could be a potential to jump right back up to kind of where we were. That would probably officially make us enter a recession as traditional markets kind of see a bit of a pullback here. So that's something we got to keep an eye on. ETH Bitcoin is actually not looking terrible at the moment, but on the macro, it's still, I mean, you're getting, I believe this is this wouldn't be a bullish div. You're making higher highs, but green dot in the weekly. I think you're eventually going to roll over here. It's taking its time. I think these EMAs are eventually going to come into the gray, and we're going to at least come down to kind of that area on ETH, this potential pocket 0.05 here. So that's what we got to look at for that. That's ETH right there. Essentially, too, the other thing I want to show you guys is this is one potential kind of short trade setup on if you look at the daily here in the S&P 500, little trigger wave, potentially to come down to this pocket right here, retest 400, something of that nature. I think it's very likely. More bullish case, I guess. I moved that by accident. More bullish case, I think you would make a double top with this, come up a little bit higher. We'll see what happens. This thing has been, kind of choppy sideways here. My guess with these split RSIs on the weekly, you're just going to print a red dot and kind of come over potentially. You wouldn't get exactly a bearish div here, probably not, but you're going to see, you're seeing these bearish dips here. They're not invalidated yet. You didn't get above, that high over there yet. So these bearish dips are not invalidated. So do you think there is some downward potential here? So that's what I'm looking at right now for the market. Been a really nice market to trade in the last few days. I've been trading on MEXC. That's my favorite exchange to trade on right now because there's 0 limit fees there. So check it out, link down below. And I'm doing a new promo with MEXC. If you guys sign up with my link and deposit at least $200 in MEXC, give you 1 free month in my exclusive Discord. So just shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID when you do that. So I think you guys are going to like the exchange. It's a really good interface, 0 limit fees with my link down below. Check it out. Also, the exclusive Discord with some of those exclusive analysis and trade signals by me and 2 other analysts. Amazing group. Check it out. Also, my trading course, evanaldo.com. A lot of people have really, really liked it. So check that out as well. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you get something out of the video. Goodbye.